inspectors checked out the cleanliness of dozens of Lubbock restaurants this week, and it's a mixed menu in tonight's Food for Thought.
Chuy's Mexican Food at 4805 South Loop 289 had 38 violations. Here's a look at their priority violations. There was burnt residue inside the chip warmer. The water in the dishwasher was not hot enough, and there was no temperature indicator. Employees did not use a barrier like a paper towel to turn off the faucet at a hand sink. This prevents cross-contamination. An employee plating food used a dry towel to wipe their hands and the same towel to then wipe down the prep area. Toxic items were not properly stored. Strawberry puree and a strawberry mixer had the wrong date mark. There was no soap at 2 hand sinks. Multiple utensils and containers were dirty or damaged. Sewage was surfacing from the floor drains of the dishwasher and was pooling in the entire wash area. The inspector notes multiple staff members were seen walking through that area, and a pipe snake was on the dishwasher. The inspector notes due to the number and the nature of the violations, food safety knowledge was not demonstrated. The report shows most of the violations were corrected at the time of the inspection. 7 Brew at 6821 Slide had 23 violations. Here's a look at their priority violations. Milk was above the safe cold temperature of 41 degrees, and milk was held past its use-by date. There was reddish-brown debris inside the ice machine that was in contact with ice. An employee did not wash their hands after working the drive-thru and continuing with food prep. An employee went to the restroom and did not wash their hands before returning to food prep. 2 employees washed their hands for less than 10 seconds. Hand washing must be at least 20 seconds. An employee used the 3-compartment sink to wash their hands. A sink specifically for hand washing must be used to prevent cross-contamination. An employee did not use a barrier to turn off the faucet at a hand sink. Personal items and cleaners were in a hand sink. Hand sinks are for hand washing only. Toxic items were not properly stored. Food handler training certificates were not available. And the inspector notes, due to the number and the nature of the violations, management did not show proper food safety knowledge. The report shows most of the violations were corrected at the time of the inspection. Ruffled Cup Sweet Shop at 5109 82nd had 19 violations. Here's a look at their priority violations. 2 bags of limes were discolored, puckered, and shriveled. Ready-to-eat sausage was held past its use-by date. Cookie cutters were dirty, and some had retail stickers still on them. Dirty pans were stored above clean ones. Several cans were dented. This can cause botulism. Toxic items were not stored correctly. Multiple food contact items were damaged or broken. They must be kept in good repair. And the facility does not have a certified food manager. The report shows most of the violations were corrected at the time of the inspection. Now to the good news. Here's a look at this week's top performers. Crumble Cookies at 11417 Slide. Buns Up Burger Company. Olive Garden at 5702 Slide, and Heartland Bakes and Hot Diggity Dogs and Burgers inside the Culinary Co-op at 5044 Frankford.
For a complete look at those violations, just head to the Food for Thought section of KCBD.com.